Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make Velma from Scooby-Doo. So the colours we're going to need, I'm using caramel for her hair, skin tone, orange, red, and I'm also using a single black band but two of the regular size black pony beads. These are the regular and these are the regular and these are the mini. So you can see there's quite a big difference, and that's to make it look like she's wearing spectacles, glasses, because I'm going to use a silver Sharpie to actually draw a circle on these and then a black Sharpie in the middle. So let's get started. We're doing this on a single loom. It's going to be in the offset configuration, which means that columns 1 and 3 are slightly lower than column 2. We're going to be double banding. The open part of the peg is facing towards you, or if you have arrows on your Rainbow Loom, it's the arrow facing towards you. Double banding means you take two bands and you place them on the pegs together as if they were a single band, like this. So we'll get started doing this. I'm going to move to some skin tone bands. Now I'm going to take a single skin tone band and stretch it between these three pegs here, and then I'm going to take another single and twist it once, twice, 3 times and place it here where I'll be placing the eyes, and that's to stop the eyes from rolling to the back of the head. I'm going to thread my pony beads onto a single skin tone band, and they will be placed here just like we normally do, and the top part of that band is going to be lifted up and placed over this peg here so that it's acting like a crossover band. For her hair, she does have sort of like a page boy cut, so we're going to take a single caramel band, wrap it once and twice and slide onto a pair of caramel bands and another pair, and one more pair, and the loops that are on our hook are going to go here on this peg, just like that. We're going to put our hook through the end cap and drag this down to where her jaw is here. So this is going to form this sort of puffy side to her head. Okay, let's do the same for the other side. A single band wrapped once and twice, slide onto a pair and reclaim the end, another pair, reclaim the end, and one more pair, and reclaim the end of your bands. Again, this is going to go here on this peg, and then pushing your hook through the end cap, you will stretch this down to the jaw like that. Okay, now we're going to do 2 bands for her neck. I have this collar, for lack of a better word of calling it, and it's wrapped around her neck, but it is actually loomed in at the back here. So I'm going to just do a couple more band placements, and then we'll put this collar on her. So we're going down here with orange. As my daughter says, "Mummy, it's not orange, it's orange." I'm going to finish that one there. Now, to do her collar, take a single band, wrap it around your hook once and twice, and we take a pair of bands, and we're going to do this 7 times. So this is number 1, and reclaim. This is number 2, reclaim. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. Okay, what we're going to do, this needs to wrap around her neck like this. So what I'm going to do is take this over like that. I'm then going to take my hook out from here and push it through the end cap, and this is where I'm going to pull it through. Okay, but first I need to wrap it around her neck. So I'm going to push my hook underneath her neck like this and grab those bands. Come here, you. So I can just drag it. There we go. Now I'm going to put my hook through the end cap like that, take the other end of those 2 bands, and I'm going to push it through like this. Okay, and then I'm going to place these 2 little loops and place it here like so. Now for her arms, we need to have 3, with double banding, pegs available. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to take another 2. That's a huge one that's been stretched. 1, 2, 3, another pair here. We're going to take a single band and stretch it from here to here, and a single band and stretch it from here to here. In place of an end cap, I'm going to put her hand. So take a single skin tone, wrap it once and twice, and we will slide onto a pair of flesh tone and 1 more pair, and that will sit at the end here and act as an end cap for us. Dig down and you're going to find the 2 top bands and loop across, and then the 2 bottom bands and loop up. Push the crossover bands back with your hook so that you're just finding those bottom 2 bands. Okay, take this off. You're not going to tie it off, you're just going to take this off the loom like that. And you can see there are 2 sets. Stretch that out. There's 2 sets here. You've got this set here of 4 loops and this set here of 4 loops. What we need to do is place 2 on each of these. So I'm going to take my hook out and let it just open up. I'm going to put my hook through these top 2 and place here, and then put my hook through these bottom 2 and place below it here, so that it's stretched out like this, and it's going to give her this fat looking sleeve. Let's do the same on the other side. We're double banding, so 2, 2, 2, And for the hand, a single band, wrap once and twice, slide onto a pair and one more pair, and pop that on the end here. Dig down, find those two top orange bands and loop across. The next ones go here. Push the crossover bands back with the back of your hook so you're just getting the bottom two bands. And over to the side like that. Take this off the loom carefully. Stretch it out a bit. Remember, we're taking our hook off, finding the two sides. So this first side, these four bands here, you're going to place on the shoulder, and then these ones here go underneath it like that. Okay. Now we need crossover bands, and I probably should have done that before putting these bottom arms on, but it's okay. We can just lift it off, place a band across and put that back on. Stretch that across. And place that back on. Like so. So we've got the crossover band there. It's just a single band stretched over in the shape of a triangle like that. Okay, we'll do those other ones as well. Now we're down to her skirt, and for her skirt we're using red. Let me find my red. Here we go. Pairs. Now, I'm going, with trousers I normally go up like this, but in this case she's wearing a skirt, so I'm going down with that pair and down with this pair, and I'm going to put crossover band here, just a single, stretch it across, and I'm going to put an end cap, a red end cap here, single band, wrap once and twice, and we will pop that there. She does have a little puff to her skirt, so I'm going to take a single band, wrap it once and twice, and take a pair of red bands like so, and one more pair like so. The loops that are on my hook are going to go here, and then pushing my hook through the end cap, I'm going to stretch that down and put it here on the base where the red is. Now before I do that, before I get ahead of myself, I'm going to leave that hanging off because I want to be able to loop her legs up and this red one before we do that. So I'm just going to leave it hanging off. I'm going to do one for the other side. Single, wrap it once and twice, slide onto a pair of red, another pair of red, and one more pair of red. And again, like this one, we're going to put it on here, but we're going to leave it until we're ready to loop it in. I'm going to take a pair of skin tone and place those here. She then has orange socks, so we do, and they're long socks too, so 2 pair on each side, and she wears red shoes. Take 2 red, slide your hook through, wrap once and twice, and we're going to slide those onto 2 red. Like that. Reclaim the end of your bands. Take another 2 red, wrap once and twice. Now take 2 orange and slide these on, and that's so that it looks like it's going onto her socks. Slide this first set of red, the first 2 loops, up and over onto the orange band, and then swap sides with the orange band and move the other reds over. Reclaim, angle the foot, and that goes on the bottom of her leg here, like that. Let's do the same again for the other side. 2, wrap once and twice, slide onto 2 and reclaim. 2, wrap once and twice, slide onto 2 orange, and move these up. So you can take this first set of loops up and over, swap sides on your hook for your orange bands, like that, and move up and over, and then reclaim your orange bands onto your hook, angle the foot, and we place that here on the end, like so. Okay, so we have done crossover bands. We've got arms, we've got skirt, we've got hair. I think we're about ready to start our looping. So we're going to dig down and find the 2 bottom orange bands and loop them up. And loop up, and loop up. We'll loop up the skin tone because you want the skin under the dress. Dig down past here, past the end cap, grab the top red bands and bring them down, and the same for the other side, and bring them down, and the middle one can just go up. Now this is where we're going to replace our puffy skirt onto here. So dig, push your hook through the end cap and place the end cap here above the skin tone bands. Okay, now I'm looking, I think I've done 1 too many here. Look, I've got 1 loop and 2 loop, 1 loop, 2 loop, 3 loop. Glad we caught that. Well done, guys. That would have looked odd. And replace that there. There we go, that looks a bit better. Okay, now is this turn to take this side off and hold it out to the side so that you can dig down and find the 2 red bands and loop them up, and now we replace these. It's a bit fiddly, isn't it? But there we go. Hold these out to the side, dig down, find your 2 red bands and loop up. Push your hook through the loops and replace those. Now the way we're locking this puffy skirt bit in is with these orange bands. So dig down, find the 2 orange bands, and now you can see that that's locked in. Okay, there we are. Dig down, find the orange bands and loop up. Loop up. I'm going to loop the shoulders in first, like that, and like that, and then loop this center one up. Now here, I want these loops to be at the back of her outfit. I don't want to see it at the front, and to be able to do that I need to put my hook under here, grab these loops, there we go, and place these bands on this bottom peg here, like that, because I want it locked in to the top of her sweater. Now, when I dig down, I need to find those 2 skin tone bands. Here they are here. Pull up. I don't want to go over the top here. I want to be able to put them on top there and flip this down so that it will sit on her neck like that. Then I'm going to find these 2 bands here and 2 here and loop them into their corresponding spots. But you'll find that this is now looped into the back of her sweater. Take her hair off, hold it out to one side, and we're going to dig down and find the 2 bottom bands, and we're going to loop these up and replace that there. Do the same on this side. Put the buffy hair back. Now the reason I didn't put it on this peg is I don't want it to be so buffy on the sides. I want it to be buffy, but not not incredibly buffy. I'm going to put this one over here, this one over here, and loop that one in. I'm going to grab 2 caramel bands, push my hook through and drag those back and to the back side of this peg. Take the 2 closest to me up, over and off, and pull tight into a slip knot. Let's see if we have Velma. Move my loom out of the way, stretch her little skirt out a bit so that it's alright. Here we go. Angle those to the side, and the bands will relax. You know, after you've left them for a little while, they sort of relax into the shape that you've pulled them into. Let's take these bands and hide them at the back of her head. Like that. Now this is where I'm going to use a black band, and what I'm going to do is push through her eyes to here. I'm going to try and go between the band for her eyes that we placed there with her eyes on it. You can see there's these 2 bands here and here, so I'm figuring if I put my hook between those, that might be the spot to go. So there's one, pull it to the back side, and then let's do the other side. Could be a bit tricky. And nope, didn't get it. Pull that back. Yes, I got that one. So at the back here, I have the band for her, or for the nose piece I suppose, if you want to call it the nose piece of her glasses. I'm going to attach the tie-off bands to that as well, so that I can say that I've got them looped in. And I probably am going to use a little S-clip just for this bit, because I really don't want that to come loose. So I'm going to just attach an S-clip to the back here, and then I'll try and hide that under her collar someplace. Maybe, well, I'll just put it on one of her neck, on one of the bands on her neck, like that. So it sort of sits under the back of the collar like that. Push them in. Now, I'm using a silver Sharpie and a black Sharpie. I'm going to use the silver one first, and I'm going to draw a biggish circle with the middle of it left black. If you go over what you want, like that one is not the greatest, use a black Sharpie to just make the middle bit look better. And there we have Velma. I hope you enjoy making her. Take care.